The kindest dragon in D&D may spend more of its life as a person than a dragon. Hey there, I'm Ron from Dungeon Noob, and today I'm talking about why silver dragons live among us, and I'll give you 2 drop-in stories that you can use at your table to make this lore come to life. Let's roll for knowledge. So silver dragons are lawful good. They're kind, protective, and they genuinely love being around people. So older Draconomicon lore says a silver dragon can spend most of its life in human form or elf form, living among shorter-lived races and building real genuine relationships. And newer lore suggests the same idea. Silvers can spend years disguised among humanoids simply because they enjoy our company. And get this, apparently they really love our food. Silver dragons enjoy human dining and large feasts and banquets. And according to Fizban's Treasury of Dragons, there's a silver dragon who basically lives to try all the foods people create. It's a dragon foodie of sorts. So think about that for a second. You've got a dragon that can live for thousands of years, and one of the things it chooses to do with all of that time is to sit at a table and eat dinner with us. But spending that much time around people means silver dragons, they get attached. A silver can stay friends with someone for that person's entire life, then continue that relationship with their descendants for eons. And their hordes reflect this. You see, silver dragons still collect treasure like every other dragon, but some of the things they value most are mementos from people they've known and cared deeply about. A portrait, an old weapon, a gift, whatever it might be. Something worth almost nothing to anyone else can mean everything to a silver dragon. All right, so let's get to the first drop-in story. There is a party that meets a famous chef preparing a huge banquet. Guests are coming later in the day, the kitchen is packed and busy, and he's missing one ingredient from his signature dessert. So I went ahead and I homebrewed this secret ingredient. I'm going to call it a cloud cap. It'll be a rare sweet fungus that only keeps its flavor just for a few hours after it's picked. The chef knows exactly where it grows. It grows in an underdark cavern inhabited by flumphs. He can't leave this close to dinner, so he hires the party to go and bring back some cloud caps. Now remember, silver dragons love humanoid food and large feasts. Well, this one took that love so far, he became a chef. Now, before the party heads out, he gives the party one rule: do not harm the flumphs. And then he says something a little weird. If they find a flumph named Ploop, tell him dinner's at sundown and he can come back with the party. So when the party arrives, something dangerous has moved into the cavern and pushed the flumphs away from the cloud caps. Now use whatever creature fits your party and the campaign, their levels. It could be from a few goblins to an Umberhulk. Now I chose flumphs because they're perfect for comedy right about here. This is a fun drop-in story. They're intelligent, they're lawful good, they're telepaths, and they can get into some ridiculous problems. They change color with their emotions, they can get stuck upside down, and when they get frightened, they spray somebody with a horrible stink. Maybe a party member gets sprayed because the flumph was surprised. Maybe one flips over during the fight and needs help. Or since they're telepaths, one can casually point out that the barbarian acting fearless is actually secretly terrified. So the party deals with the threat, they gather the cloud caps, and Ploop comes back with them. And all the way, Ploop explains that he's known the chef for years. He doesn't even eat the food. The chef likes having him there because at dinner, Ploop can sense how the guests are reacting. He's basically a food critic for the chef. So at the banquet, Ploop vouches for the party and says that the party helped them. So the chef decides that he's going to show them how he finishes his final signature dessert. He takes them into a private courtyard because, after all, adult silver dragons are huge. He then drops the humanoid disguise and transforms and reveals himself to be a silver dragon. He then blasts the cloud cap custard with his freezing breath and flash freezes the final course. That's his secret and signature technique. So the reason this works so well is because it gives you a lighter, more ridiculous adventure that you can drop in when your campaign needs a break from being heavy or serious. The flumphs give you genuine comedy gold, but the payoff is still the silver dragon reveal, and your players learn some of the lore around a silver dragon. Ever wonder what D&D class you are in real life? Well, I built a quiz that tells you just that. You'll get your class and a full personality breakdown sent straight to your inbox. And you'll also get the Sunday Tavern, my weekly newsletter featuring the coolest D&D stuff that I find that week. Link is down in the description. All right, for story number 2. A family hires the party to find a signet ring that's a family heirloom, and it's been missing for more than 200 years. The ring belonged to an ancestor named Alden. The family always thought that he just lost the ring until they find an old letter Alden wrote before leaving on a really dangerous expedition. In the letter, Alden says he left the ring for safekeeping with a woman in another town. And with the letter is a portrait of this woman. So the party now has a name, a face, and a town to start their investigation. Now, when they investigate, they learn that this woman supposedly died long ago. Her home and collection passed to her daughter, then the granddaughter, and just kept moving through the family. So you see where I'm going here, right? Remember, silver dragons can spend years living among humanoids in disguise. What looks like generations of one family is actually the same dragon taking on new identities. Every trail the party follows leads to the current owner, and she looks exactly like the woman in Alden's 200-year-old portrait. She still also has that ring. So the party asks for it back because it is a family heirloom. But she tells them that Alden left it for her for safekeeping. But guess what? After he returned home, he wrote another letter to the silver dragon, and she shows the letter to the party. So in this second letter, Alden tells her to keep the ring as a gift from one friend to another. Now the party has an obvious question. How in the world has this woman stayed alive for 200 plus years? Then she tells them that there were never any daughters or granddaughters. Every woman in those records was her. Then she takes them somewhere private in her cloister with enough room to transform, and then she drops the humanoid disguise and transforms into an ancient silver dragon. Alden was a dear friend of hers, because remember the lore. Silver dragons can treasure mementos from mortal friends more than ordinary wealth. To her, Alden's ring is worth far more than all the gold she has. So now the party has a decision to make. They can tell the family what happened, try to convince the dragon to return the ring, negotiate some other arrangement, or if they're feeling especially brave, well, they can try to steal it. That's totally their call. And the reason why this one works is because the silver dragon lore is what creates the whole mystery. Think about it. The disguise explains the generations of women. The friendship explains why she remembers Alden. And the sentimental hoard explains why she held onto that ring for more than 200 years. The party gets the lore through the story, and then they decide what to do with it. So, there's your silver dragon. A dragon that can spend decades or even hundreds of years living like one of us, learning about our food, enjoying our food, building relationships, and holding on to pieces of those relationships long after the people are gone. So, take either idea or both, drop them into your campaign and make them your own. Thank you so much for watching, and if I deserve it, please like, share with a dungeon master you know, and subscribe. It really does help the channel. Oh, and if you want to know what I rolled at the beginning of this video, well, I rolled an 18. So go ahead and drop the number 18 in the comments so I know you made it this far. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.